एक लगता है ग्लव्स आपका स्कूटी के अंदर होगा उसको ना।
Yeah, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shubham from Ediglobe. Ediglobe is a tech ed platform that is providing quality education and also like with multiple domains of engineering. So can everyone please turn on your camera first of all so that we can make the session more interactive? Am I audible, guys? Yeah, start turning on your camera, please, everyone. We actually want to make this session more interactive, right? So kindly turn it on. I could just see one other person. Divijoti has only turned on the camera. Yeah, no issues, no issues. Wherever you are, you can turn on your camera. It's fine. Okay, so basically, as I said, like Ediglobe is a tech ed platform that provides quality education. And today we are having a webinar on stock marketing, right? So herein, I hope all you are excited to learn. Can I get a yes or no? Yeah. So let me introduce myself. I am Shubham. I belong to Jharkhand. I have like multiple work experiences, and right now working with like Ediglobe itself in operations. And apart from that, I just want a small introduction from your end itself. Start introducing yourself and let me know like what experiences do you have currently, what you are doing, where you belong basically. And apart from that, like, are you a like beginner, like, or a pro in like trading? And from wherein, like, how many, like, what all experiences do you have with stock marketing? Yeah, can we start one by one? Kindly unmute yourself and you can start introducing. Okay, that's fine, no worries. So, So, students, let me introduce you to Ansh R. Hiran, who is a co-founder of Financial Gateways, technical analyst, and is a full-time professional trader and stock market coach and mentor for more than 5 plus years. So, he is here with us to teach you all and provide a quality education. So, it's over to you, Ansh.
All right. Thank you, Shubham, for the lovely introduction. Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me and can you guys see me? Can you guys please confirm? And team, can you please make me the host and enable the chat box, please?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, hi everyone. Very good morning, and it's great to see you guys on a Sunday morning. It's 24th of December, and I know it's Christmas time, and nobody's in the mood of learning, and nobody's in the mood of gyan and all. And I know that, but I promise you guys that I'll make this session interesting. I promise you that okay, this session will be worth your Sunday time. All right, and one thing I can see, you guys have joined from like across the country. So this one thing is for sure that okay, there are still so many people who are very interested in learning, who are still very interested to increase their knowledge, and I really appreciate that quality. And as I said, I promise each and every one of you that I will not I'll not disappoint you, and I'll make this Sunday time worth it. Okay, so I'll introduce myself one more time. My name is Ansh R. Hiran. I'm co-founder of Financial Gateways, technical analyst, stock market coach, and mentor. I have learned trading from some of the best coaches in the world, and now I'm teaching this art of trading to thousands of students around the world. I've been associated with so many well-known brokers of the country, creating content for them and creating educational content for them, and and yeah, associated with institutions like Ediglobe to help it's like it's my way of contributing towards the stock market education. All right, so yeah, this is my intro, and I can see there are 14, 15 students over here. Can you just quickly tell me where are you from and what's your experience in stock market? Are you a complete beginner, or are you like a you have some idea about what stock market is, or like you want to know what it is, or are you already trading or something? Team, can you please enable the chat box so that everyone can reply? I know everybody's too shy to turn on the cameras and to just turn on the mic and introduce themselves, but if you can just turn on the chat box, I think they can reply.
Give me a second.
Yeah. All right. So, well, I have, if I introduce myself, I'm from Rajasthan. My name is Anshar Hiran. And so I have almost 5 plus years of experience as a full time professional trader and 3 plus years of experience as a stock market coach and mentor. I have so many mentorship programs. I conduct webinars and, seminars and create educational content on YouTube and on Instagram. And yeah, that's basically what I do. And yeah, if you can just introduce yourself in the chat box when it will be enabled, just give us a second. All right. Any updates? Okay, it will be enabled. Don't worry. So let's get started with today's session, everyone. I hope you guys are excited. And whenever the chat box will be open, I want your instant replies. Okay, I have few questions for all of you, so I want you guys to reply as soon as possible. All right. So the first question. Okay, you guys have joined this webinar to understand what stock market is and how the journey of the stock market goes and everything. But the first question arises is why stock market, right? Why you should learn stock market, why you should even look at stock market. Because I remember when I was in college, I had absolutely no interest. Like when in the beginning of my college, I had absolutely no interest in stock market. Even some people in my family, they used to watch the Z Business and all those business channel. And I was like, why are you doing this? Like just watch some movie that's at least interesting, right? So why you should go for stock market? And nowadays, in this world when there are multiple options to invest, right? There are like you might have heard of something called as cryptocurrency, right? You might have heard about forex. That gives great returns. There are so many finfluencers, so-called finfluencers, who are trading forex and living their lavish lives in Dubai, or maybe in US. Having so many big cars and all that stuff. You might have heard about that thing called NFT. Remember, NFT is the new king. NFT is the future. But why you should go for stock market? Let me tell you. The first thing about crypto, right? Everybody was super excited. This is the future. This is the new currency. What happened to the crypto? Can you see this? It was all a facade. It was all a hype which was created. It went up and up. And then where it is now. All those people who were at the top, who started all these things, they made the money. They sold all their stock at the top, and all other retailers, people like you and me, we are here after investing at this level, right? Remember NFT thing, right? NFT is the new thing. There was this picture of monkey which was sold in some millions of dollars. This is the new world. This is web 2 3.0 or something. I don't know what happened to the NFTs. Started from here and it's all the way here. And this is a report from Folks Labs. Same thing with Forex. And if you look at all the types of investment that are there, if you see bonds, if you see gold bills, if you see bonds, government bonds, bills, money bills, gold, US dollar, if you invest in anything, stock market is giving you much better returns in terms of percentage or in terms of multiples. And this is why you should not go for all that, the hyped up things, and you should choose stock market. Why? Because every penny that you invest in stock market will give you good returns in the future, and better returns than any other asset class. That's the history. From, if you would have invested $1 in 1801, that would have become 23 lakh $34,920 in 2021. And after that, there was like a big bull run. This is an old chart. This is why you should opt for stock market, and not just for returns, but there are multiple reasons. What is this? First, what the reasons to go for stock market? The first reason is it is regulated. Do you know why crypto like never became a real thing? Because no government can ever give their power to print money, because the only power a government has is the ability to print money, and no government or no person will ever give up that power. Do you think crypto can ever become a real currency? No, it cannot, because government institution or the ruling institution will never ever give up their power of printing money. But on the other hand, stock market is regulated. We have SEBI, we have NSE, we have exchanges, we have different regulatory authorities which manage every aspect of the stock market, and it is much more safe. And all these institutions, they have only one aim: to protect the interest of the common people, not of the big billionaires or trillionaires. To protect the interest of the common people, the common investors. Every part of stock market, let it be companies or the exchange or the brokers or the participants or traders or investors like you and me, everybody has to follow some set of rules that are like made to protect themselves. That's the first reason you should opt for stock market. Second reason, it has so less manipulation than other mode of investing. If anyone has like some lot of crypto, he can crumble the entire market. I recently, like I think a year ago, I heard about the news. There was a cryptocurrency which was trading at some $1,000, and within 10 minutes it became $1. Why? Because somebody who had a lot of stock, it dumped the entire stock, and the value came down to $1.5. All these pump and dump schemes and all these are regulated, and they are banned in stock market. And the stock market is very like, the possibility, it used to happen, it still happens in some way or another, but compared to all other asset classes, this is very less manipulative. Third reason why you should go for stock market is because of the security. Security. The securities that you have. If you look at crypto, it's all in the air. If you look at NFTs, it's just a photo or some other thing. But when we talk about stock market, what are we doing? We are trading the shares of a company. We are trading the shares of a company. If we are trading Tata Motors has so many giga factories to make trucks, cars, industrial commercial vehicles, everything. We have a backup, and that's why stock market has so much of security, much more security than any other asset class. And of course, the last but not the least, great returns, as you just saw in this slide. Stock market has much better returns than any other asset class that we can invest, like bonds or bills or golds or US dollars or currency, anything. This is exactly why you should go for stock market. Now, having said that, there are great returns and less manipulation and regulated and security. This is a report by SEBI. SEBI means Security and Exchange Board of India. If in case you guys don't know, it's like a stock market police. Okay, according to the report of SEBI, 90% people lose money in stock market. Okay, 90% people, they lose money in stock market. For example, if 10,000 people are trading in stock market, only 100 people will make money. No, was that right? No, 1,000 people will make money. Sorry. A little bit weak in math. I was always a backbencher. So, anyways, right? And that ratio is so bad, right? Even though everything is great about stock market, only 10% people are making money. But why is this? Why is the discrepancy? Like, even if the ratio was 50-50, like 50% are losing money, 50% are making money, that would have been a great ratio. But why like 9:1? Why? That's the question. There are actually 7 reasons for that. First one is lack of awareness, right? People don't know what is stock market. People don't know how to trade in stock market, how to invest in stock market. That is the first reason why people lose money in stock. Second, lack of knowledge, like the know-how, how to invest, how to put money, how to analyze, right? And because of that, they rely on somebody else. They give their money to somebody else to invest. They put their money into mutual fund who will invest for them. And that's the lack of knowledge of stock market. They don't know what to do. Third thing, they trade on tips. Like the moment you open a demat account or the moment you start searching anything about stock market, you'll start getting calls. Sir, I'm from this agency. Sir, I'm from this uh, uh, advisory company. Ma'am, I'm from this institution, and we will give you like somebody will claim, I'll give you 100% sure tips. I'll give you 95% sure tips, 90% sure tips. You can become a billionaire just by following our tips. The main question is, if I can become billionaire just by following your tips, why aren't you trading? If you have so much confidence on your tips, why don't you put your own money? And because people fall for all such scams, and they start following the tips and news and recommendations from other people, they start losing money. Fourth reason, they trade on news. Not I'm not talking about the company's news. I'm talking about the news which is going on in the market. How somebody will be like, "Arey yaar, this stock is very nice. I've heard this thing from the company that they are going for a merger, they are going for an acquisition, they are coming up with a new product. Okay, this stock is going to become rocket in few days or few weeks." That is trading on news. Your friend told you something, your Instagram told you something, the YouTube told you something, and you are trading on that. Fifth reason, you trade on intuition. Because I think this is a good stock, I will buy it. Because I think this stock is going to go up, I'll buy it. That is trading on intuition. What was the reason of your thinking? What was the reason of your intuition? Nobody knows. But yeah, I think this will go up, right? I think it will go up, that's why I'll buy it. Does the market know that you think such a way? Then how do you think you will make money? And it's like a normal, it's a very normal study. You just go and talk to 10 people who are trading in stock market. Out of 10, I can guarantee you 7 people will be trading on these seven things. Sixth one is pump and dump. There are some schemes which are called pump and dump. Pump and dump means there is somebody who will give you a tip. He'll be like, I have 100% guarantee on this, you buy this. What is actually happening? Lot of people are listening to that tip and they are buying that stock. And when a lot of people buy a stock, the price automatically goes up because of the forces of demand and supply. And the moment the price goes up, the person who actually said, okay, buy this stock, he had actually bought a lot of those stocks before giving the tip. And when the stock price goes up, he dump all his quantity to all the people who are listening to him. And all the people who listened to him and bought the stock because of his recommendation, they get trapped into something called as pump and dump scheme. You might have heard this a lot. This is a 2 rupee penny stock. Buy this, and within few months, the 2 rupee will become 10 rupee. It is like 5 times profit. Or if you haven't, you will encounter such things in your future. Buy this penny stock. This is 10 rupees. It will become 100 rupees in a year. It's like 10 times return, much more than any other asset class in the world. What is happening? They are pumping and dumping a share. And the seventh reason why people lose money is get rich quick scheme. There are so many get rich quick scheme. Okay, I'll invest your money in futures and options. Derivatives are highly risky. At the same time, they give great returns if you know how to trade them. But they'll be like, I'll double your money in 1 day. I'll double your money in 21 days. 21 दिन में पैसा double बाबू भैया. Right? And what happened to Babu Bhaiya? All money gone. And similarly, we all become Babu Bhaiyas and all our money is vanished. And this is exactly why 90% people lose money. But, but do you know what happens to the money that is lost? Do you know what happens to the money that is lost? We know that, okay, 90% people are losing money. But where is that money going? That money is going, the money of 90% investor of stock market is going to 10% investors of the stock market. Money of 90% people who are losing their money in stock market, that money goes to the 10% investors of the stock market. 10%. And what is the thing that those 10% are doing differently? That is the question. How can we become a part of that 10% club? That is the main question. Right? And that the simple answer to that question is by proper education, by proper knowledge, by proper awareness about stock market, by trading a proper system, by having a proper setup, or in a way, if I just define it, by trading or by investing professionally. That is the only way to become a part of the 10% club. Right? And to become a professional trader, like if you want to become let's say, if you want to become a doctor, that's a profession, right? You have to spend like 5-7 years to become a doctor. You have to educate yourself. If you want to become a CA, you have to spend around a lifetime. Sorry, no offense to CAs, right? If you want to become let's say engineer, you have to spend 5 years in a cage, which is called hostel, right? So in order to become a professional, you have to educate yourself. And there is one very, very famous quote, right? I'll tell you about that. But the thing is, you can become an engineer by going to a college. You can become an MBA by, by enrolling for an MBA program. You can become You can become doctor by going for the MBBS. You can become a CA by giving exams of CA. But there is no such course. There is no such institution to make you a trader, to make you a professional trader. There is no formal education structure to make people professional trader. But at the same time, there is one very famous quote. I don't know who said it. Okay, but the famous quote is, formal education creates income and self education creates a fortune. Okay, formal education creates income and self education creates a fortune. If you are doing the formal education, if you have done your 10th, if you done your 12th, if you are giving a competition exam, and if you become a CA or a doctor, maybe a lawyer, maybe a engineer, you will earn income. You can get a job, right? That's great. But if you self educate yourself, right, if you're opting for self education, that will create a fortune for you. It's not just about income. And that is the importance of self education. Now, if this part is clear, that okay, self education very important, and like, if you want to create a fortune and all that, how to self educate, that's another question, right? How can we educate ourselves? How does this self education thing works? That's a big question, right? So nowadays what happens is, nowadays there are, like, this is a age of information, this is an age of technology. Every information is available on your fingertips, so there is no actual problem that people face while gathering the knowledge, right? And the most common self education platforms are, first is books. You can learn a lot from books. Second one is Google. Okay, everybody is like Googling, or right now nowadays it's Chat GPT and Bard AI and whatnot. And now the thing which is becoming very, very, very popular, that is YouTube. Doesn't matter what you want to learn, you can just search on YouTube and you can learn that. You can understand that. But what's the problem with all these self-education ways is, when you go with books, there is a term called bookish knowledge, right? Bookish knowledge. Have you guys heard about it? Right? Bookish knowledge. So all that is theory part. It is like, it takes a lot of time to understand what they are saying, and sometimes it is not even practical. When you go to Google nowadays, instead of getting the good or the real content, you start getting more and more ads. And when you go to YouTube, you can get like an ocean of knowledge, right? Everything that you need to learn, that is there on YouTube. And even if you want to learn stock market, if doesn't matter if it's the basics, or if you want to learn advanced strategies, or if you want to learn about tools or indicators, or you want to learn about setups, if you want to learn about algo trading, if you want to learn about time series analysis, doesn't matter what you want to learn, everything is available on YouTube. But and that's a great thing. That's like every knowledge is at your fingertips. That's great. But this is not a pro. This is not a pro of YouTube. This is a con of YouTube. This is not an advantage of YouTube. This is a disadvantage of YouTube, that every knowledge is at your fingertips. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Let's understand this. You know, let's say let's say you are in a you are just trying to enroll for your first school. Okay, first you're going to your school. That's your first day. Okay, and they give you a pile of books which you have to read in your entire lifetime. In that you have MBA books, in that you have engineering books, in that you have your CA books, in that you have your 8th standard book, your 10th standard book, your 12th standard book. What will you start with? And what kind of knowledge you will get? All messed up, right? If I show you a simple example, like few simple examples I'll show you. What happens is, people go to YouTube and they start understanding about fundamental analysis. What is the quality of a company, how to understand the balance sheet of the company, what are ratio analysis and all that stuff. and they look for the companies that are very, very strong. Fundamentally, they are very strong. The balance sheet is very strong. What, like, tell me, which company will have a better balance sheet than a bank? Right? One of the biggest bank in the country, Yes Bank, right? Great bank, having some great profits, great cash flow, so many advanced technologies Yes Bank was bringing up, and so many, like millions of customers. So you think, okay, that's a great company. Let me buy the shares of Yes Bank. And what happens next? Boom. One more example, another company like Vodafone and Idea, Vodafone India, Vodafone Idea, right? One of the biggest telecommunication player of the country. We can see towers of Vodafone every single where. We all that ad at every other mobile store. So many plans coming up, so much of 3G, 4G, 5G coming up. So many actors or celebrities endorsing the Vodafone Idea network. That's great, right? What happens when you buy the stock of the company? It goes somewhere like this. Right? Let's say some another example. Reliance, one of the biggest companies of the country, Reliance Infra, not Reliance Industries, Reliance Infra, which is of Anil Ambani. So one of the biggest companies of the country, Reliance, and the part of that is Reliance Infrastructure sector. Of course, you guys know, they're making new buildings and highways and construction projects and everything, and that's great. Look at the great movement in the Reliance from 400 level to 3000 level. Look at the skyrocketing. Right, great company, great promoters, Ambanis themselves. So let's invest in a company. And what happens after that? Straight down to hell. Right? Then you start understanding. Then maybe you start realizing, okay, fundamentals don't work in the real life. Okay. Fundamentals don't work in real life. Like I invested in 3 companies, all of them are down. They don't work in real life. I'll just start doing technical analysis. There are 2 types of analysis. First is fundamental, second one is technical. And technical in itself is a deep and it's a very big concept, very big subject. You opt for YouTube. So they tell you about indicators. Okay, there are something called as indicators, which are some tools of the market. And let's say there is a one very, very popular indicator called MACD, moving average convergence divergence. That is the name of the indicator. It looks something like this. Can you see these 2 lines, red line and green line? The red line is MACD line, and green line is called signal line. I know this might not be making sense to a lot of you who are at very beginner level, but this is what is there in the market. Okay. And according to this indicator, and according to the teachers of this indicator, and according to YouTube, you have to buy when the green line goes above the red line. Okay, whenever the green line goes above the red line, crosses above the red line, you buy, and it works. It works a lot of times. Look at this, Nifty 50. Okay, green line goes above the red line, and the moment you buy, the stock goes up like this. Wow, you made so much of money. That's great. Again, another opportunity. Green line going above the red line. Perfect. Last time it worked. Let's buy again. It worked and it went up, 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 up. Perfect. Right? You can see like millions of dollars in your bank account. You can see like a big mansion of yours in front of your eyes. Right? And you get another opportunity. Green going up above the red. And you buy. And what happens? Ooh, that's a problem. That's not a great thing, right? Another opportunity, green going up. You're like, okay, sometimes it might fail. Okay, that's okay. Green goes above the red. What do? You just, take Uparwala's name and buy again. And oh, then you start realizing, okay, these YouTube things don't work, right? Right? These indicators, these tools are just nonsense. They don't work. Then you start realizing, okay, these things don't work. I will learn the basics of technical analysis. I'll learn the price action, how the price works, how the price moves. I learn all of that. You start learning all of that again from the YouTube, again from the Google, again from the books. What happens? You learn something called as doji. What is doji? Can you see this candle over here? This one? Okay, a candle like this is called doji, with a very small body and these big lines. It's called doji, and it's a signal of reversal. That means if there is an uptrend going on, if you guys don't know it, that's okay, but understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, if the market is going up, look at this. There was a doji, market went down. There was a doji, there's a doji, and market should go down. So this is a price action concept. Okay, a lot of you try to understand this, and they're like, okay, there's a doji, I will sell, and market will go down. Again, it went down. Now you start realizing, okay, all those stuff doesn't work. Fundamentals don't work. Technicals, tools don't work. The MACD and RSI and all that stuff don't work. Price action work, because that is the raw data. That is the king. Price action is the king. You start doing the price action thing. Okay, it worked one time. That's great. Perfect. Second time, the market went up, 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 and at the top, you see a doji kind of a structure. Okay, you sell and market goes down. Wow, perfect. I have cracked the market. I have, like, I can see in my Mercedes, or I can see my, that entire garage of the entire cars, like my car collection and everything. I can see that in front of my eyes. Then I see another opportunity. I'll sell, and ooh, market goes up again. Now that's where the problem starts arising. Okay, because you were relying on YouTube and Google and books, what you did, the basic of price action you learn at the end. The thing which our investor should look forward to, that is fundamental analysis, you did it for trading. The tools which are not reliable on their own, you have to combine price, pattern, volume, momentum, everything. You use them on your own because they were easy to understand at the beginning, and you made loss again. And this cycle just keeps on going on and on and on and on. And ultimately, after losing all their capital, people, they declare, they but like particularly declare that stock market is a gamble, stock market is a it's a hoax, it's like a jua, what they say, you lose your entire money and all that stuff. No, it's not. Those 10% people are actually making money, and they are financially independent. They have the financial independence, they have time independence, they have everything. And the only problem why you are not in the 90% group or 10% group is because your learning was not systematic. You learned the 10th standard thing first, then you learned the MBA part, and then you came back to first class. What kind of knowledge will you have? All messed up. And that is actually, making you lose again and again and again. But there is another way. There is another way to learn or to self educate, and that is under a mentor. That's by a mentor himself. And what are the advantages of learning from a mentor who has been doing what you want to do? What is the advantage? The main advantage of learning from under a mentor is systematic way of learning. That's the best basic thing that is required. Just by reading a book, you cannot, like, there is one very famous saying in Hindi, मुझे सब कुछ आता है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि मुझे सब कुछ पता है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं मुझे सब कुछ आता है. Okay, if you can understand Hindi and if you can understand what I said, right? But a mentor or the person who is actually doing that stuff since a long time, he knows how things work. He know what is the procedure of learning. He know what are the basics, how you should create your foundation, and then after that, what you should learn at the intermediate level, and what you should learn at advanced level, and how you should start your journey. And that is the systematic way of learning. What are the basics? What are the the strategies? What are the systems? What are the setups? Then you go forward to it. Second reason you should learn under a mentor is to learn from a professional trader. If you're like talking about stock market, if you learn from a professional trader, he's not going to tell you what's there in this book, that page. He's going to tell you what actually works in the market. And the last reason why you should learn under a mentor is the simplicity. If you go for books, if you go for Google or YouTube, they are the standardized formats. But when you learn under a mentor, that is not a standardized format, that is a customized format. In whichever way you can learn, in whichever way you can understand, and in the practical way, he'll explain you everything, he or she will explain you everything, and that makes learning much more interactive, much more simple, and much more like useful in a way. And the last reason, the last thing, that why you should learn stock market, of course I'll tell, I've told all, like all, I've given you all the reasons, that's fine. But what is the importance of learning stock market? That's a question. And why it is much more important in a in nowadays, in a world which is changing very, very rapidly. Like, I remember one day I was out with my friends watching a movie and had some great dinner with them. And the next day there was lockdown. And for the next few months, none of us could meet each other. None of us could talk to each other. Like, we could talk on video call, but like go out and eat and go out and have fun, that was not possible for us. I remember, like, 3 days, like today I talked to a friend of, like, not today, like there was the other day I talked to a friend of mine who was in um, um, Ukraine. He was doing his medical MBBS something. And after 3 days, he said, "Okay, we are in the state of war." These are the changing times. Anything can happen anytime, any day, right? You can have a job today, but you won't have a job tomorrow. And this is why it becomes much, much more important than ever to understand these terms, to understand the importance of investment, to understand the importance of creating a passive income or to create a parallel income. Because you never know when this will not be there, when this job will not be there, or the business will not be there. I remember, I live in Mumbai, so there were so many great restaurants that were there before lockdown, right? Which were very famous, and the food was so amazing, and like the ambience was great, everything was perfect. But after lockdown, so many of them were closed. So it doesn't matter how great your business is going, how great your job is going. You might have heard about, like so many employees of the Twitter, they lost their job. So many employees of Google lost their job. So many employees of Facebook lost their job. So self-education, financial education becomes much, much more important than ever. And let me tell you, when everything was locked down, even the food was not available in the initial few days. Stock market was not closed even for one single day. Stock market was open. During the day of lockdown, stock market was open. And that's why it becomes, as I said, much, much more important than ever to make yourself financially educated, to make yourself aware, at least aware of these concepts, so that nobody can come to you and fool you. Okay, this is a 2 rupees stock which will become 10 rupees. No, this is a 10 rupee stock which will become 100 rupees in a few days or a few months or few years. And this is why we had this webinar, to make you aware of all these things which are going on in the market, and what mistakes beginners make, and how you can avoid these mistakes. Now, if you guys have any questions regarding anything, please feel free to ask. Shubham, can you just take over and explain the details to them, and then we'll take all the questions. If you guys have any questions, I'll personally take all of them. Okay, don't worry about it. But before, if the team Ediglobe has to say something.
Yeah, so thank you, Ansh. Actually, it was very, very interactive session, and I'm pretty sure that they have learned a lot, and obviously they need to understand the fundamentals and basics, right? And apart from that, obviously, like all the students might be having a question wherein what all you have explained, and also they'll be aiming in future to learn with you, right? So I hope,
Yeah.
like, if anyone is having any sort of questions, they can unmute themselves and ask one by one. You have a chance right now. Or else the chat is enabled. If you want, you can ask your questions.
I can't see the chat option, Shubham, if you can just check.
One second, check. Actually, the chat is enabled, but I don't see any pop-ups coming up.
Okay, fine. But if anybody have any question, please unmute yourself and let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. So yeah, I'll just call out your name: Divya Jyoti Das, Issapali Ji, T.S. Aishwarya, uh, Aerosonic, Barnima Saha, Sahana RS, Himanshu, Durvesh, uh, and Mohit, Jay, Sanjeevi. You guys have any questions? Please feel free to unmute yourself and ask, and I'll be more than happy to answer all of them.
Sir, good afternoon.
Hi, Manshu. Hi.
Yeah, what is a Demat account? Can you explain it?
Isabali, okay. What is a demat account? Demat account is basically, it's like, you have your saving account to put your money. So demat account is an account that you open with a broker. Okay. It's like you cannot go ahead in the NSE and you'll be like, okay, all those people who have Reliance share, I want some Reliance share. That's not possible nowadays. Everything is digital, right? So if you want to buy Reliance stock, you have to go through a broker. Okay. And the account that you open with a broker, that is called demat account. Demat account's full form is dematerialized account. If you know some well-known brokers of the country, the first one is Zerodha, then Fires, Upstocks, Angel One. They are very popular. Sher Khan, they are very popular brokers of the country. So the account that you open with them, that is called demat account or dematerialized account. It is an account where you actually store your shares, where you buy and sell shares, and you store your shares over there. So you cannot store the share in saving account. For that, you need a proper account. It's called demat account. And most like nowadays, most of them are free. Zerodha charges some money, but all other demat accounts are free to open. You can open an account, and they charge like minimal brokerage for your trading or investment. Any other questions,
Uh,
anyone?
Good afternoon.
Yes, Himanshu. Very good afternoon.
Actually, I'm a very beginner. I don't have
Okay.
any knowledge of stock market and anything. So,
Mhm.
how can I start? From
See,
which point?
so if you are a beginner, I think this session was dedicated towards beginners only. So did you understand what I said in today's session? Did you enjoy the session today?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So how to start? Okay, like if you like, what is your aim, Himanshu? Like, if I can know this thing, like, do you want to become a professional trader or you want to make it a parallel stream of income or something?
Parallel.
Parallel, or do you want to trade or you want to invest for long term?
No trade. I
Trade.
just make
Okay.
want to
So
make a passive income.
okay, so if you want to create, like, we don't believe in passive income because passive income is like it's like a hoax. We call it a parallel income. So that passive income is like you don't work for it and you just start gaining money. But that's not how the reality is nowadays. You have to work for both of them, but you have to work for the stock market a little bit lesser than what your proper work like profession is, and that will create a parallel income. Anyways, so and by the way, nowadays a lot of people have their own British accent. They call it passive income, but yeah, we'll call it passive only. Anyways, so how to get started with this? See, the thing is, the first step will be, if you have decided that you want to do trading and if you want to start your trading journey, first thing is you'll have to start learning. Okay, you will have to start learning the basics. The basic. If you are into trading, then you will have to do technical analysis. Okay, so you will have to learn technical analysis, the basics of technicals. Once you're clear with the technicals and you have practiced everything that you have learned in the technicals, like price action, I gave you some examples, right? Understanding some tools, understanding the price action. Once you're done with that, okay, you will get an idea, okay, how many types of trading is there, how many types of like trading you can do, how to do different types of trading, and then you'll get an idea, okay, this is something that I can go forward to. I can do that according to how much time you can invest, how much money you can invest, how much risk you can take. You will get an idea once you are done with the basics. Once you're done with the basics and you get this idea, then it's like, you have done the MBBS. Now it's time for becoming a, like, going for the specialist. Okay, so let's say you decide you want to do equity trading. Okay, then you have to decide, okay, I want to become a some, like, if you don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, you will get an idea that I want to become this type of a trader. Then you will go for those things, like whatever you have learned in the basics, you will combine that knowledge and make strategies. Okay, you will make strategies that, okay, I know price action, I know this tool. Okay, and using that particular knowledge, I will make the strategy that, okay, according to this, if this thing happens in a stock, I will buy. If this thing happens in a stock, I'll sell. This will be your strategy part. Once that part is done, you will move on to something called as risk management, money management, and that will be a part of your intermediate level only. And once that structure is made, your system is made, then you will back test it. Back test means you have made a system, now you are testing that, okay, whether it worked in the past or not. Or, and after the like conclusion, okay, that worked in past, you will move on to future, like you will practice that setup or that strategy in the future. How? Like, let's say there is a stock coming in your radar, according to your strategy, your setup, you will test it, okay, that if I would have invested 1 lakh rupees over here, I will see how much it will become in a month, or in 10 days, or in few days. Okay, that is called forward testing. Once you're done with that, once you're confident with your strategy, your setup, then you start with the real trading. You open a demat account, as Isapalli asked, and you open a trading account, and then you start with a small capital. Of course, it's a very small capital, just for your practice purpose. And then eventually, gradually, you start increasing your capital slowly, slowly, and slowly. And as people say, slow and steady is the fastest way. If you will opt that part, then definitely that will be the great way to go ahead in future. I think that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
Anybody else have any other questions, please?
Sir, I have one question.
Hi, Dibijoti. Hi.
Sir, one while you were showing that graphs of that markets, you told one term. You told that doji something.
Yeah.
Can you just explain that once, like what you were saying?
Okay, so in market, when you look at these line charts, okay, that is line chart, and that's a very basic thing. But when you like try to learn technical analysis, you don't look at those lines anymore. You look at something called as candlesticks. This is called a candlestick chart, right? In these candlestick chart, there are different types of candlestick. For example, these long bodied candlestick is called Marabozu. Okay, a candlestick like very small body, it is called doji. Candlestick with body I'll show you this kind of candlestick is called hammer. This kind of candlestick is called inverted hammer. So there are multiple types of candlesticks. Okay, and each and every candlestick has a different emotion itself. It's telling you something about the market. That is the basic of price action, which we call, like, okay, according to what is price is actually saying you about the market. Okay,
Okay.
so like very basic example of price action was, like, there is something called as doji, which looks something like this. Where is it? Okay, something like this, right? There is one very big candle, candle with a very big body. On the other hand, there is a candle like this, which has very small body, and it looks something like this, like this. Okay, and usually after a doji, you get a reversal. There was an uptrend going on, it was going up, up, and up. After a doji, you get a reversal. Can you see? There was a
Yes,
downtrend
yes.
going on, you saw doji, it went up. It went up, you saw doji, it went down. Okay, then it went up, you saw doji, it should go down, it went down.
Okay, okay.
Right? After this, there was a doji, it goes up. So it's like a price action concept. Okay, and again, it is like, I just gave you a basic idea what it is. If you understand it, each and every candle has its own meaning, and you have to understand the sentiment of each and every candle. It's a detailed study in itself, but I just wanted to tell you how this you know like messed up knowledge, or like YouTube knowledge doesn't work in the real life. This is what I wanted to show. I hope
Yes.
that is, like, as I said, it's
Okay.
a
Thank
very
you,
detailed
sir.
concept again. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Any other questions, anyone?
Guys, feel free to ask, because it's your opportunity to like learn something from here, because you have joined the webinar to gain knowledge, and also like whatever questions you are having, you should clarify, right?
Good afternoon, sir. Durvi this side.
Hello, I can't hear you properly. Can you just come a little bit close to the mic?
Good afternoon, sir. Durvesh this side. I have a question
Hello.
that
Hmm.
uh, as I am engineering student, so I should have intraday stock exchange or a long-term stock exchange because uh, there are many false expectation that there should be a long-term holding of stock to get a more return as compared to a intraday. So what you will
Hmm.
suggest?
Okay. Firstly, when it comes a discussion between investing and trading, if you see history, if you see the history of business cycles, one business cycle used to take like sometimes it used to take 10 years, 12 years, 8 years, 10 years. Business cycle used to be that long. In those cycles, long-term investing was a great idea because whenever the business cycle has started to go up, it was expected to continue for, let's say, 10, 15 years. So if you invest for that particular time, you would have made a great return. And if you see a lot of big investors like Warren Buffett, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, they were of that time and they invested in good quality companies and it went up and they made good money, right? But nowadays, what has happened? The business cycle has become very, very small. Remember, this was a thing going on, I think a year ago, that recession is coming, recession is coming, recession is coming. All that thing happened. So recession came and it went away, and now America is say like they are, all other national banks are optimistic about the future. They're like recession is over. Now this is the pit, and now we have started our upward journey. So the entire cycle happened in a year, right? Because the information is spreading out so effectively, and the impact of all the things that we are doing nowadays, if RBI was about to spend money, okay, the money would reach to the poor after maybe so many years, because there were so many cycles and loops and middlemen in the between. But nowadays everything is digital, everything is happening like this. So the business cycle have become very, very shorter. So long-term investment, even if you call, if you even if you say that, okay, I want to invest long-term, the definition of long-term has changed from 10, 20, 30 years. It has become 1 or 2 years nowadays. Secondly, that's the first thing. So if you want to do investing or trading, I think both of them are some or the other way. They are the same thing only nowadays. Second thing, what should we go? Like, should we do intraday or should we go for options, as you said, because they look very lucrative and the returns that that people show us, like there are so many influencers on YouTube, they show like lakhs of rupees every single day. They are printing money like anything. I know, but that is not true. Okay, do not fall for the trap. Okay, first of all, options are not for beginners. Beginners के लिए options है नहीं. They are not for options at beginners. Options are not for beginners at all. Okay, if you want to start trading, you can start with first of all, as I said, the learning and then practicing, and then everything is fine. But if you, as you can as you can see, you already know a lot about the trading and stuff. So do not start with options. And if you are a student, if you are someone who is a working professional, or you go to college, or maybe you have some other business, intraday trading is not for you. Okay, for intraday trading, I don't doesn't matter how many people they come to you and they say, okay, you can trade in 15 minutes a day, or you can trade in on my tips. Do not fall for that. If you have to do intraday trading, you will have to sit in front of the screen at least for 5, 6 hours a day. Sorry for that. Okay, at least you'll have to sit in front of the screen for 5, 6 hours a day. Otherwise, you cannot do intraday trading. So if you are into a business, if you are into college, if you are into some other job, intraday trading is not for you. What you can do is positional trading or swing trading. What is that? You trade for, let's say, you take a position today and you hold it for 10, 15, 20 days, or you hold it for 1 or 2 or 3 months. That will make you bigger returns percentage wise. At the same time, you won't have to deploy so much of time on screen. But if you want to become a full-time professional trader, and if you can like set up 4 3 4 screens and you can sit in front of the screen all the time, then of course you can do intraday trading as well. That's not an issue at all. So talking about futures and option, if you're a beginner, don't do that. Once you start getting the hang of the market, you understanding the movements of the market. At least I always say this is a rule of thumb rule, that if you are profitable for the entire year, then you can think about options trading. If you're not profitable for the entire year, that's well, like every month for an entire year, if you're profitable, then you can definitely go for option trading. If you cannot do that, do not go for option trading. Simple, as simple as that. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, sir. And my second question was that uh, for trading, we should have some knowledge about the candlestick pattern, and there are some what we are the YouTubers that have knowledge about this candlestick pattern as well as the stock market. So should we have buy their purchase? Sorry, we should purchase their courses, or we can get some knowledge from book that is uh, there are many books which are regarding to stock market only. But as we know that as per the publication, the stock market doesn't work like that. It changes as per the time. As time goes, okay, then it will be very high return. But if not, then it will be very great loss for some people. As you said that 90% of people lost their money. So how can we do trading? But with that, we can also have the backup plan for the trading also. So this is my second question.
To answer that question, see, the thing is, firstly, of course, your question is, should we either opt for books or the courses of different? See, you have to find the right mentor. There is no like substitution of the mentor. I have learned from some of the best mentors in the world, and I understand the importance of mentors. Right, the experience which they gathered in 25, 30 years, they gave it to me in a year under their 1 year mentorship program. Right, it saved my suffering from 24 like years. Right, that is the importance of mentor. They also give you direction. There are multiple ways in which you can go in stock market, but a mentor is a person who be with you and give you the right direction. Okay, this is the way you should go, this is the way I followed and I made this money, you should also follow this one and you will be successful at the end. And third thing is, as I said, if you go for books, right, you will know things. But if you go with mentors, you will learn things. Knowing and learning is different. Okay, like as I told you, right, after a doji there comes a downtrend. It came, but did you make money? How can you enter? How can you exit? Where to buy? Where to sell? Where to put the stop loss? These are the things that you don't learn in books. According to the market condition, according to the economic conditions, according to the sector performance, according to the market performance, how can you see which doji will work, which doji will not work? That is something you learn from a mentor, from his practical experience. Right, and if you are a beginner, definitely we are like coming up with an mentorship program of Ediglobe itself. It's like a 2 months mentorship program. The team will give the details after this session. But yeah, finding the right. And nowadays, what has happened is there is oversaturation of mentors. People who have not even traded even a single lot ever in their life, they are wearing suits and they are coming on YouTube, maybe on TV, and promoting their course. That's not how things work. And this is the one thing, if you like, this is my analogy, that if you want to like figure out who is a fake coach, okay, just look at them and just like see whether they are showing off their money, okay, or whether they are wearing a suit while they are trading. This is my analogy. Why? I'll explain you. We became traders. Okay, why we became traders? Because we value our time, we value the money, and we value our time freedom. Okay, we are the people who don't want to become somebody else's slave. We are the people who don't want to work in a 9 to 5 job. We don't want to open a shop at 9 in the morning and go home at 9 in the evening. We're not those people. Right, we are the people who want to spend time with our family, who want to spend time on our fitness. We are the people who want to spend time with our friends. We want to work on our own terms, and we purposely, like, we would have done some degree, and then we like, of course we have done degrees all, but instead of, even if we have degrees, instead of going for a secure job, we are doing this risky business. Why? Because we enjoy this freedom much more than the extra money we would have made. right? So we gave up the suits, we gave up the tie, we gave up the shirt to sit in t-shirt, to sit in shorts. Right now, if I'm taking the session, I have few more sessions lined up with some different companies. I am wearing right now shorts. I'm sure wearing shorts right now. Why? Because we care about our comfort. Right? We don't want to wear those suits. And I've seen so many people who are sitting in their home with their, multiple screen setup and all that thing, and they're wearing suits and they're trading. I was like, what? Why? So that's one way to identify that if they are showing off their money or if they are showing off their suits, they are false, fake gurus. And if you don't want to fall for them, you can definitely search for people who are actually genuine, and then you can definitely go ahead with them. And having a mentor makes your journey much, much easier. That's what I could say. Uh, and yeah, and of course, if you are interested to learn from us, then I'm coming up with an mentorship program. Ediglobe will tell you about it. And if you are interested, we will be learning the basics of stock market. And again, the program that I'm talking about with Ediglobe, it's not going to make you a professional trader. Okay, it's not going to make you a professional trader. It is not going to make you a profitable trader in any way. Okay, all what it'll do, it will give you the basics of the stock market. It will make your foundation so strong that nobody in the future will ever be able to fool you because of his schemes. We'll be learning price action, we'll be learning candlestick, we'll be learning support resistances, and a lot of advanced stuff in this as well. But just by being a part of this 2 months mentorship program, you will not be able to become a professional trader. We are not the people who will claim that, okay, learn this one strategy from me and you will become professional trader. We are not those people. We are saying that even after doing the 2 month mentorship program, you don't work hard, you don't practice the market enough, you will not understand the market. But if it is like, and if your input is 100%, right, then you can see a bright future, and you will at least get a proper direction that, okay, in which direction should I go to become a professional trader. That is the program is all about. Shubham will give you the details, but yeah, this is, I think, I hope that gives your answer.
Yeah,
Thank you,
sure.
sir.
Thank you, Ansh sir. Actually, it was a great learning over here because I also found the session very interactive, and apart from that, the students have found the same, right? And I'm pretty sure that they are eager to learn more from you, right? And as Anshar said, that there are a lot of manipulations happening in the market, wherein they are like looking to fill in their pocket, right? But how we can be away from them is that to learn the basic things at least. And it's sort of mathematics itself. Like in mathematics, what happens? You just solve a problem and then just you leave it, right? And if you don't practice, you'll forget it again, right? So it's all the same that you need to practice and practice to make yourself perfect in this, right? So that's fine. So obviously, Ediglobe is offering a 2 months internship wherein Anshar is there with us to provide you the basics, wherein you can like make your foundation very, very strong, Herein. And apart from that, like the rest of the thing, like a form will be shared to your email. Basically, if all the people are interested, they can fill out the form and register with us. And apart from the things which happened over here is just like a 5% we can say, right, in the webinar, and the rest is over to come yet. So I hope you like the sessions, right, guys? If you like, you can always we'll be sharing a feedback form also for the sir, so that we can also, like, if you're having any multiple questions, you can still ask over there. And apart from that, like, we can end up the session answer for now.
All right, sure. Well, by the way, I'll just conclude today's session over here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And I wish you guys a very, very happy new year and very Merry Christmas. Tomorrow it's Christmas Day. And This is one thing that I wanted to share with all of you. 2024 is coming. You guys might be having so many New Year resolutions and so many things you have decided, and your party plans and everything. Uh, One thing I want to say, that let's make 2024 the best year of our life. This is my resolution, that I want to make 2024 the best year of my life. I want to grow, health wise. I want to grow wealth wise. I want to grow intellectual wise. I want to grow, spiritually. So these are my goals. And let me know what's your goal in the feedback form as well. I'll be reading all of them personally. And if you guys are interested to learn, definitely, there's one thing that I want to say. I look forward to all. I look forward to see all of you in the mentorship program, because, as I said, right now the need of learning financial markets is much, much more than any other time. right? And I just say that let's start 2024 with this attitude of learning, and let's make this year the best year of our life. And one more thing, okay, if you like today's webinar, if you like how I explained you things, and if you want to learn more from me, you can definitely join the program. If you don't like it, okay, doesn't matter. If you don't like it, if you don't get anything new out of it, that's not a problem at all. Okay, but keep learning. Doesn't matter from whom you learn. If you like the today's webinar, you can also consider joining the program. That's okay. If you did not like that, you can learn from somebody else who is teaching you in a better way. That's not a problem at all. But keep learning. This is the only thing which will keep you growing. And yeah, on that note, I think I can conclude today's session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and I look forward to see you in the mentorship program. And as I said, I will not make you a money making machine in that program, but for sure I'll be helping you to go through all the concepts of stock market systematically, and to understand the market in a much better way, so that nobody in the market can fool you anymore. That is my guarantee for sure. Okay, and yeah, on that note, thank you so much, everyone, and I look forward to see you in the, sorry, I have said so many times, but yeah, till then, wish you guys a very merry Christmas, happy new year, keep learning, and yeah, keep growing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ansh.
Thank you, sir.